Good evening and welcome back, ladies, gents and Pikachus. Quick comment response to one of my, not a long-term viewer, but someone who's been with me for a little while, so I've got to know a little bit and I like. And we were having a comment conversation and she said at the end of it, I know that gayness is not a choice. This I know. And I thought to myself, how do you know that? Like, seriously, genuinely asking you, how would you know that gayness is not a choice that you make, is something that you are born into, that you have no choice over? For instance, when a baby is in the womb, developing away, does that baby already know that it's gay? Or does the mother know, oh, this is a gay baby, I can tell? Is there a scientific test you can perform on the fetus or on the baby when it's born that will tell you, yep, this is a gay one? Does God make babies gay? No, of course not. When babies are born, there's two things that they know how to do: breathe and react to sound. That's it. They don't know anything else. So they don't know about heterosexuality, homosexuality. They don't know about gay or lesbian or LGBT or drag queens. They know nothing apart from how to breathe, and when there's a loud noise, be afraid of it. Cry so your mum takes you away from it. That's literally it. So it makes you think then, doesn't it? Why are there so many people who are gay who believe they were born gay, when we know for a fact nobody is born with anything, gayness or anything else? And then that leads to another question. At what point in that child's life were they convinced that they were born gay? Because we know from science factually can document and prove, and actually has documented and proved through the Human Genome Project, which is, I'll put the link up on the screen, that project where they sequenced every single human gene from millions and millions of sample, genomes that they took from people. There is only one pair of genes, two genes that dictate the sex of a baby. And that's the physicality of the baby. That dictates whether that baby is going to develop into a male with a penis or a female with a vagina and a womb. And the way that works is, when a baby is born female and she has a womb and a vagina, when she reaches puberty, her body's going to start sending her hormones in order to activate her sexuality. And how that's going to work is she will start thinking about men and getting pregnant, having a baby. Her body will start developing in a way which is going to support her having a baby. Her breasts are going to grow and her hips are going to widen so that a baby can come out and be fed. And with a man, what happens during his puberty is his, how do I say this politely? His downstairs equipment starts to be more useful to him in his spare time. And he will start to think about how this particular organ is to be used, and the general consensus that he will come to is women have a port which this particular cable is compatible with, if you get my meaning. So that's generally how that works, and that's what happens unless, before that happens, before the puberty process, a child is put into a scenario whereby they are told, actually, that's not you. That's everyone else, but you weren't born like that. You were born to have gay sex. And how that's going to work is, I'm going to now show you how gay sex works. And then they have gay sex, usually with an older man. And from that point on, they're told, you were born like this. That's why this is happening to you. Everyone else, no, they weren't. They were born heterosexual. But you're a special baby. You have a special identity. And your identity is based on the fact that you were born this way. And that is why this is happening to you. And so that means when it happens in future, it's fine, just accept it. When you're talking to other people, you are the one that chose this because you were born like that. And that is child abuse, sorry to say. So, back to the question, is homosexuality a choice? No, it's not a choice. For the large majority of people who believe that they are gay, the choice was made by the abuser. When that happened to them at a young age, before puberty, usually, by an older man, they had gay sex put upon them by the older man. They were convinced that this is not abuse. They were tricked into sometimes agreeing with it. And after a while they thought, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be. I'm born gay, so this is how sex is supposed to be for me. I am now special. I was born gay, I've been taught how to be gay, now I'm going to be gay, that's my identity. And they go off in their lives and they develop in that direction. So their identity is based around being abused. That's how they think they were born gay. And why, when you question them, they will get angry and they will fight to deny anything like the Genome Project. They will say that's fake science. They will say you are a homophobe, that you don't think they were born gay. Despite the fact that we know when a baby's born, it doesn't know anything. It doesn't know how to be heterosexual or homosexual. It has no sexual thoughts. And in order to be gay, you have to first know what gayness is and have expressed it physically. So that tells us, unfortunately, people who are gay, maybe lesbian as well, I'm not sure, but definitely with boys, gays, gayness was never a choice for them. It was something they had foisted upon them at a young age before they developed with puberty. And usually how that works is they were abused by an older man, and the older man tricked and manipulated that child into accepting this as a regular practice. And in order that that cover wouldn't be blown, they tell the child, A, you were born like this, that's why this is happening to you, not anyone else. B, there's no point trying anything else, this is the thing you were born to do, this is normal for you, if you don't do it, you're not normal. And 3, continually doing this with older men gives you your identity. Without that, you don't have one. It's child abuse. Plain and simple. So, in summary and conclusion, is homosexuality a choice? No, it's not. If the person had a choice, they probably would never have had that happen to them. That event, which changed the course of their life and their sexuality forever, made them gay, took the choice away from them to not be gay. They were born like that, remember, that's what they got told. That is child abuse, and it should never happen. Now, I have to add as well, I'm not saying everybody who is deciding to be gay is doing it because they were abused, but I am saying the incidence and the creation of homosexuality in our human species is demonstrably a result of repetitive child abuse on boys. And we know that because of the Human Genome Project proving that there's only 2 stock healthy baby genders, male and female, and they are compatible with one another for the sake of procreation. Like, if you think about it, a human body doesn't need to have genitals. The only point in having genitals on your human body is so that when the time comes, you can procreate, have babies. That's not going to happen if you're gay. So we know through that the using of your genitals, like you have lungs to breathe. If you put water in your lungs, you will be breathing water and it won't be very pleasant for you. You'll probably die. Your brain is useful for thinking. If you try and use it for anything else, it's not going to be very good. Your eyes are for seeing things with. If you try and use it for anything else, it won't work and it will harm you. And just like that, using your genitals in a way which they weren't designed for is going to be harmful to you. And we know this because actually an anus isn't designed to have a penis stuck up there. That causes damage. So anyway, without getting into the finer details of these things and goring you out, the summary is this. Babies are not gay. There's no babies that are gay. Babies are not born gay, they're born empty-headed. The incidence of gayness is on the whole, no pun intended, mainly caused by incidences of abuse, certainly in boys this is true. And the fact that our society has got itself so tangled up in fake, speculative logic and incorrect politics that we actually promote this as a thing that should be encouraged is really not a very good thing. In my view, child abuse is a really bad thing that should never happen. We shouldn't be encouraging it. Those victims of it, although they're going to tell you, I chose this, so they don't have to face, the grief of having that happen to you. We should absolutely understand that they were not born that way. Although it wasn't a choice for them, it was a choice the abuser made. It wasn't a choice they made. And if they had the choice, they probably wouldn't have had that abuse happen to them to begin with. Who knows, they might not have been gay at all. So anyway, a bit off topic for me, but I thought it was worth making. Actually, I've made previous videos entitled Why Did God Make Them Gay? If you want more of my opinion on that, the Human Genome Project and why people become gay, go and check those out. In the meantime, all I've got to say is this is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this and you learned something, and I'll see you, beautiful people, in the next one. Bye now. Anyway, so I hope that put more meat on the bone, if you like, as to how babies are gay or not gay. And now watch me get mass flagged for having said what I said. But anyway, it's true. Science proves this. That's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed that. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.